What's up, YouTube? Double R here, RC Richie. Welcome back to the channel. Yep, the time has come till we need another body. We need to film another episode of 100 grams or better. So I've been on the hunt for a new body. This one, we're not going to even call a new body right now because this is something that I just revisited and revamped it. This is Grimace 84 GMC. This was a model body. But the last body we did was Bluto. K5. Definitely 100 grams or better. I believe this one was about, I forget right now. But yeah, definitely heavy. And, been out there looking for bodies. Wish I had a 3D printer, but we don't. Maybe down the line we can get one. But visiting Etsy for a while and been seeing this guy's page for a while. Skill Switch RC. Or maybe if you want to call it Skills Witch RC. But anyway, this guy got tons and tons of bodies. Pretty cool stuff, man. But I've been eyeing this one up for a while. And I kind of wanted to get something close enough to what I drive. 101. It's not quite exactly what I drive, but it's the closest thing to it. Appearance-wise. And here she is. He calls it the Hawk. But it's the Grand Cherokee SRT Trackhawk. Body just came today. This is my first body from Skill Switch. Like I said, his work is pretty cool. Pretty sick. This is my first 3D printed body that actually came in this color. Not used to it looking like this, I guess. But as you can see, I definitely have my work cut out for me. This is the DIY version. I believe he used to do a prep version, so he would do all the prepping himself and sell them that way, but that's going to go, add into the cost. I don't mind the prep, but the only thing with me in 3D printing is sometimes I get a little nervous exactly what can I sand down and what I can't sand down. And actually this time around, I went ahead and got myself some filler primer. So hopefully that's going to help with some lines as well. But I noticed a couple parts in here where I guess just the way you 3D printed. You can see this little line in there. I may do the CA glue and some baking soda just to fill that in a little bit. But yeah, I definitely got my hands full with sanding around these wheel wells. And he also includes windows. You can go tinted and clear. I actually went for the tinted. But it just came today. Opened it up. Had a little note. Ran out of tinted, so I sent clear. So I guess I'm doing clear windows. No biggie again. I can always tint them out myself. But yeah, that's pretty cool that he includes the windows. But yeah, man, look at this thing. It's kind of hard to make out the details right now. So I kind of want to document this a little bit. Just my process of what I do. How I go about doing my windows. And then my paint scheme. We're not going to reveal exactly the colors yet. Or even the name. But yeah, here she is. So the next thing I'm going to start doing is start sanding it down. And each time I'm done, I guess I'll show you the progress. Like all this is going to have to get cut out. You can see these wheel wells are pretty round. There's a couple details missing. And I guess, I don't know if it's just because the way you print it out or just the way he kind of cut it out is it's kind of missing a lip around the wheel wells here. You can see the beginning of it a little bit. But again, I guess he kind of just rounded it out. A lot of that's going to get trimmed out as well anyway. But yeah, this is gonna be for this wheelbase. And I believe his measurements was 133. So yeah, it's gonna look cool, man. So yeah, I just wanted to get an intro before I get started, because once I get started, man, it's kind of hard to stop. And that's why it's always hard for me to document as well. But I'm going to do my best. Hopefully I can help somebody out and get some little insight of how I go about doing things. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, we got our first coats of the filler primer on. Came out pretty good. This is my first time using that filler primer. Most of the time I just use regular primer. But I guess it tends to fill in the lines. Came out pretty good. There's a couple details in here that I sanded down. Seems like it popped up. I may gotta work on that a little bit more. Sometimes stuff like that bothers me, but it's just me being anal. But yeah, man, this thing looks sick. Now comes the hard part. For me, it's always the hard part is fitting the body, getting it to line up right, and you basically have to come up with sometimes some clever ideas on how to make the body meet. You know, this is going to be a good starting point, but it's just kind of hard to tell right now how everything is sitting. But from here, I'm going to start my process of building a shelf for the front hood. So I'm going to create some lift a little bit. And we want to even that piece up in the front here. So basically going to add a popsicle stick to create a little ledge, a little table, so we can get an even platform. And then that's going to give me my height for the front. As far as the rear, once we line up, it looks like it's going to be somewhere back in here. So again, for my rear, what I've been doing is I'll put a popsicle stick or styrene right across that back half right there, so the magnet can tap into that one, similar to this one. But yep, let me get this cracking. And yep, let's see if we can get a good fitment. All right, stay tuned. Okay, let me just show you this process that I do real quick. Maybe I could help somebody out. I'm gonna take some popsicle sticks. I like to take off the edge, make it square. And then from here, I'm just gonna eye it up. I want this to come across the whole deck to be even. And I'll just keep trimming as I need. Get it fitted right. So something like that. And then that'll have it keeping it flat like that, you know. Sometimes I'll even get it to the perfect size that it has to be wedged in here, so it's a perfect fit. But I'm not gonna retrim this one, Gonna set some glue down. For this part, I kind of like to use the hot glue because the hot glue definitely creates some volume. You can get a nice glob on there, and that'll create some lift as well. So I'm thinking with this piece alone, that should give me enough lift to create a deck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this in first, and then we'll take a measurement. All right. Okay, I just realized I'm about to fit this rear one, but it's going to cause me a problem with the windows. So what's going to happen is I like to do the windows last because I kind of wanted to paint the whole body first. So like I don't have to do a whole lot of masking to mask off the windows to make sure we don't get paint on them. But looks like I'm going to have to at least put these rear windows in first, because that's what happened with this one. After the fact, after I put this deck in, I thought about putting windows in, and you know, you're gonna have to remove that. So I think I'm gonna do these rear windows first, get them out the way, and even those are gonna be pretty tricky. They got some sick little frames in here. So yeah, we're gonna get it done now. So we'll start with this rear first. Looks like the rear has a back deck. See that? So I'm thinking it's gonna inlay in here. Maybe we could possibly tap the glue on these sides. We'll see. But yeah, normally this is the piece of Lexan that it came with it. But normally my little process when I like to fit my windows in is I like to get an index card, something that I can carve out. So basically what I would do is I would kind of take my index card like this, create some lines, like for instance right here. Make sure you have coverage from corner to corner. Give that a trim. Be back. Okay, just wanted to show you guys. Here's an example of when I use the paper. These are some difficult shaped windows in here. So what I'll do is I'll just take a piece of paper and then start roughing out a cut. Like that, I'm not wasting a whole lot of Lexan. So now I'll take this, take it over to the plastic, trace it out. I'll do 2 of them. And then like that, we have the same exact template for both sides. So let's get that done. What's up, YouTube RC Richie? It's been quite a few days since I started my new body. But I was waiting on some wheels to complete the look, and they finally came in. Got myself another set of trios. These are in purple, and these are actually my very first set of wheels with the outer ring. And I gotta say, out of all the wheels that I do own, trios are probably the easiest to install. Definitely the fit and finish is just unmatched. But I gotta say, these weren't that bad. I think these are only 12 screws maybe on the outer rings. I know some of them have even more, maybe like 16. But yeah, man, these things are dope. Come with the 2 offsets, you know. This is the deeper one. But yeah, man. Definitely love these wheels. Not to mention they are pretty heavy as well. One thing you won't have to worry about them is they definitely have a pretty heavy ring in them. But yeah, we got the body done. You ready? Close your eyes. Yeah. SRT Crawlhawk, aka Slimer. Yeah, man. Like I said before, I wanted to get something kind of close to what I drive, a 1-to-1. I definitely don't drive an SRT, but I do have a Grand Cherokee. And it's the high altitude, so it's kind of like the blacked out version. But it does have the body kit on there. But yeah, man. This thing came out pretty good. Again, me and my being not patient, kind of rushed my paint job. And every time I do that, I definitely pay for it. So I had to go back and do some touching up. Just when I think the paint is curing, like right now, literally I have something in the garage drying. But just when I'm thinking like it's dry, I start to touch it. I start doing something else and manipulating, maybe doing some hand painting. And before you know it, I look and there's a thumbprint on there. I think last time, the heat from my thumb literally warped all the paint over here. So we had to touch all that up. But it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, this body, let me show you what I did. I didn't document everything. I pretty much stopped documenting after a certain phase. But I think the last video, I was in the process of putting in these windows. And these windows were pretty tricky. These are probably the trickiest windows I've ever done. And that's only because of where these frames were real weird. And I guess that's the way the 3D printing was. But even back here was an inlay. And you can see I definitely got some glue residue. But yeah, this thing was tricky. I went ahead and tinted them. But we left the rear and the driver and passenger open. I told you I like to kind of grab them from here. And we did the front as well. Tinted that. But yeah, we got the popsicles underneath there. And we definitely had to do some trimming. I may have to do some more. But overall, not that bad. We even got the little front camera right there. But yeah, I'm sitting on different cans of spray paint, man. So every once in a while, I just try to get creative with what I have. And I've been sitting on this lime green one for a while. And to be honest with you, I don't like it. I don't like the way the paint comes out. It comes out very blotchy. But again, it is what it is, man. We're still going to utilize it. You really can't tell right now, but this is what you see coming through the sand. That's actually gloss purple. This is all gloss purple. So we hit it with the primer first. Actually, I did some filler primer. And then we did the gloss purple. And then we did the green. And then, went ahead and did some wet sanding. And then we had to do some more hand painting. Emblems didn't all come out. I could have went back over there and touched it up, but I decided not to. I was going to get super detailed with all the, put the halos in here and everything, but yeah, we didn't do it. It's looking pretty cool the way it is. But yeah, you know what's left to do. Get it over to the course. See how she does. Again, let's see what this weight is. Like I was saying before, when I first got the body, I know it was just over 100 grams. So now with some weight on here, some paint, magnets, popsicle sticks. Yeah, even then, we're still only 107. Not bad, though. Definitely one of the lightest 3D printed bodies that I have. But yeah, let's throw a battery in this bad boy. Let's get it on the course. See how she looks. Stay tuned. Okay, here we go. SRT Crawlhawk Slimer. First run. And definitely getting rubbing. big time. Yeah, that new body I just got to, I'm probably gonna have to trim up that body, that front bumper as well, some more. Guess I'll be doing that tomorrow. It's rubbing a lot. And we got the planted axles on here. Yeah, you know, front bumpers aren't meant to... Oh man, that's bad. You really can't have a front bumper on a crawler. As much as I like the look of it, it just doesn't allow you to do it. This is just making me look bad. Yeah, definitely gonna have to trim up that bumper. It's way too low. Wheels look good though. Have to take out that whole corner right there. Pretty much go on an angle. Take that out as much as I don't want to. It always pains me to do that. Yeah, these wheels just literally came in today, and I was just waiting for the last piece to complete the look. And yeah, this is really throwing off my driving. So we're gonna end the video here. Definitely wanted to get this content out to you guys. But best believe we got something else in the works. But yeah, you'll definitely see some more videos of this. Definitely gonna have to trim up that front bumper some more though. But yeah, man, Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT Crawlhawk Slimer. Stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.